I presented it to Joe, and Joe was, he knew everything about casinos and all the games, so I didn't have to explain to him why in baccarat it would work and da 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 da. And as soon as I finished explaining it to him, he looked at me. He jumped over at me. He took me in his arms, gave me a big hug, kissed me on the cheek, and said, "Kid, you're a genius. I love it." So that was great. And Duke and Jerry and Cindy and Robin, they all loved it too. And yeah, they all took very warmly to me. And there was no smoke in the room because I really can't stand marijuana smoke. But that's sometimes you got to put up with some things when you're onto a better thing, right? So everybody loved it. And now we worked on the specifics of the scam. Now, the idea was on the baccarat table, right? There were 7 betting spots. The maximum bet was $1,000 per spot. So the idea was if we could fill up 7 spots, right, and bet that maximum each hand, that's $7,000, and get 7 hands out of it, that would be $49,000, right, of money earned. I mean, and this is a fortune. We're talking in the mid 70s, right? And we're talking in a downtown casino in Las Vegas. It's not the Strip, right? And it's a huge score. This casino never got hit like that. So we had to set them up first. We couldn't just go in there and boom, have all these people land on the baccarat table and start cheating and out of $49,000, because they would be immediately suspicious. So we had to come up with a whole elaborate scheme to make this work. So what we decided, with a lot of input from me, was, first of all, we had 5 people, right, to take off the money. We had Joe, Duke, Jerry, Robin, and Cindy, 5 people. Now there's 7 spots, and you can't play 2 spots on the table. So we needed 2 more spots to fill up. So it just so happened that, where I was living at the time in this stumpy apartment, it was like a shoebox apartment. And there was this Mexican couple, Renee and Rosa, Renee being the man. And him and I were like friendly, and I got along well with his wife too. And we saw each other a lot, said hello. And I figured, I asked Joe, hey, I know this couple, maybe they would be interested in joining up, because I know they need money, and I know they're cool. And Joe said, sure, kid, you come up with a scam like that, your judgment's obviously good. I'm with you, go for it, right? So I approached Renee and Rosa, and they loved it. They were in, they needed the money. So now we had the full team of 7 players, 7 people. Each one of them would take up 1 spot at $1,000 a hand for as many hands as I could fix up. So great. Now we had to work on the intricacies of the scam. Now, like I said, I knew the supervisors knew nothing. I knew all the other dealers were stealing chips. So I knew if we did this smoothly, we would get away with it, right? So, but first we had to show all 7 of these people not together, right? Like 3 of them could be together, or 2 couples or whatever. They have to come to the casino, and they have to get the chips, right? And they have to show action as a high roller on other games before they get to the baccarat table. Because if you have 7 people and they buy in at the table, cash thousands of dollars, we needed $7,000 to start. $1,000 for each spot. And Joe had a few thousand with him, but we still needed more money. We had to buy the chips. So we didn't want to have 7 people come to the baccarat table, buy in for $7,000 or $10,000 in chips, then all of a sudden bet the maximum on player hand, and then win, and then leave. This would be too much heat.